What's up, everybody? This is Insecure, the final season. This is season 5, episode 5, Surviving Okay. Getting right into it. Sorry, this is a day late once again, but last night was the AMAs, and as much as I love Insecure, I had to watch the AMAs. It was a live show. I didn't feel like watching the rewatch on the DMV. Wow, the DVR. It's late. It's time to go to bed. Anyway, the episode opens with Molly and dude named Cliff. Molly and Cliff getting into some things, and some adult things is all I'll say because this is still YouTube, and YouTube want to block everything that we got to say. Long story short, Molly, gets her moment in, and is getting a lot of phone calls and alerts on her phone, and finds out that her mother's in the hospital. Well, we cut to the hospital. A doctor is coming to the waiting room. He's like, "Come now. It's time. Say your goodbyes." She getting ready to Earth, and they get to the hospital room. The entire family, and the woman in the hospital bed is not Molly's mother. It's a woman that they don't know who it is. But and even the doctor's like, "Yeah, I know it can be so hard to say goodbye." And Molly's like, "No, this is literally not Carol Carter. This is not my mother." The people at the hospital then switched charts and got everything mixed up. The doctors, the nurses, everybody then got everything mixed up. This woman belongs to a family named the Lowry family. And Molly's brothers and Aunt Kiki. Y'all remember Aunt Kiki, right? Aunt Kiki from the season where Molly officially started having a grudge against her pops for cheating on her mother, having the affair. Aunt Kiki was the one that brought that up. So Aunt Kiki is just, she's that aunt. She's that aunt that be stirring up mess and always starting stuff. So Aunt Kiki's back. And not that drama really unfolds and ensues of her being there, but there's just always something. Aunt Kiki's that one that just keeps stuff going on all the time. And Aunt Kiki and Molly's brothers are like, who she look like? She look like Dionne Warwick. No, she look like Stevie. She look like Stevie's mama with the Stevie with the lumps. So that's Aunt Kiki. Cut to Nathan and Issa in the bedroom talking to each other about their relationship and how things are and how their days are and what they have planned. Issa had stuff planned with Koya, but Koya's out sick. Apparently Koya is sick because her immune system is trash because all her mom did was feed her Trix yogurt since she was a little kid. And then Nathan apparently had some clients who he's brave, man. I'm telling you, it's time to get him switched out, get him, let it breathe a little bit, and get some new ones. Cause Jesus, Nathan had a few clients for the day, and then the clients canceled, so they were gonna, plan lunch together as long as Molly didn't confirm, because Molly be busy and unreliable. So they called to see if Molly, is even gonna show up for lunch. But before that, they get to talk about their relationship. We're gonna take things slow because before, we're moving too fast, and that's kind of what led us to where we got. So, they're kind of feeling each other out and trying to see exactly how to coexist in each other's spaces, especially with Nathan and dealing with his mental health in a better way than he did previously. Issa calls Molly and, tries to crack a joke as Issa does in her own awkward way, and then I guess gets the news that Molly's mother is not well. Cut to Nathan and Issa driving to the hospital. Issa gets in there, checks on Molly, asks her if she needs anything. Does she need any food? I saw a vending machine and got them Fritos you like, all of that good stuff. I could go to your apartment. Molly lets her know that would be so dope. And I'll go get you some clothes. And then, because Molly still has her gear on from when she was, having adult time with the dude. And Issa says, well, look, we could just switch here. And as they're switching in the bathroom, Issa's looking at herself in Molly's outfit and is like, oh, I look good and all that good stuff. And, they're talking. They have a really nice moment, a moment that I don't think that I didn't envision them getting here again. Them being this close and really being sisters again. And, Molly's just like, thank you for having my back. I love you so much. All of this good stuff. And then they get to Molly's apartment. They're picking out clothes. Issa's trying to figure out exactly what to pick out for Molly to wear at the hospital. Nathan's looking at different pictures and sees a picture of Molly and her mother and is like, yo, she looks just like her mom. And Issa's like, yeah, they even got the same ankles. Well, Nathan notices that Molly has a dog, Flavor Flav, who we've seen since the very first season, episode 1. And Flavor Flav was a little tiny dude. And Nathan's like, oh, she got a dog? And then Issa walks up like, oh, yeah, she loves him a lot. And then Nathan's like, I'm pretty sure he got to be walked. Don't he need his bowls changed? He needs some water. He needs some food. And she was like, I guess. And then Nathan's like, you guess. And she was like, okay, Peter, I'll take him for a walk or whatever the case may be. And then Nathan looks at Flavor Flav and goes, she was just going to let you die. And Issa really was too. But she let us know in the Coachella episode, highlight, that, she didn't really rock with Flavor Flav like that. um, so they end up taking the dog, making sure that he's okay. Um, she just really don't care about Flavor Flav. So they get back to the hospital and they're in the hospital cafeteria. It's Aunt Kiki, Molly's dad, and Molly, and they're sitting there. And Aunt Kiki's on the phone with somebody named Betty. Betty want to pray on speaker, and then Molly goes, Aunt Kiki, not right now. And then Aunt Kiki goes, Betty, can you text it? And Aunt Kiki's giving the details of Carol being sick and whatever the case may be, and all of that good stuff. Issa and Nathan are walking Flavor Flav, and they get a call from Issa's mom on FaceTime. None other than the legendary Wendy Raquel Robinson. Y'all know her. This is Regina Greer from the Steve Harvey Show. This is Tasha Mack. And Wendy Raquel, she just steals every scene that she's in every single time. It doesn't matter what she does. She steals every single scene of every single show that she does. And that's really it, and that's really all. So she notices that Issa's looking at somebody. She's like, "Who you keep looking at? Give him the phone. Tell him come here." And she gets talking to Nathan, and she's like, "Hey, Nathan, oh, you look like Steph Curry. You got a nice smile. Listen, give me your phone number because I need to be able to get in touch with you because Issa don't like to answer her phone. You my daughter's boyfriend?" And then he confirms that he is. It more seals the deal after they were just talking earlier and previously about if they're official, if they're not, we taking it slow, are we not? And, after they hang up with Issa's mother, she's like, listen, you don't have to say that or whatever the case may be if you feel like it's too fast. And he was like, nah, I'm good with it if you are. In the middle of all this and these new developments, Molly's dog departs. He leaves. He gets the hell out of Dodge, and Flavor Flav is in the wind. So after this, they are searching the streets of LA for Flavor Flav, and they just don't know where he might be, what's going on, what he's doing, why he left, any of that stuff, and or how he even got off the leash to begin with, which I don't even know, but who knows with Issa. Back at the hospital, Molly's on WebMD asking the nurse every single thing under the sun. What about this? What about that? What about that? What about this? How do we feel about this? How do we feel about that? And the nurse is like, oh, you one of them. And the nurse lets it be known, well, this isn't your mother's first stroke, so this, that, and the third. And then she's like, yeah, it is. My mom's never had a stroke before. And then that's when Molly's dad goes, yeah, she kind of did. It was minor, though. She didn't want us to tell you. Molly gets upset. She's been upset about them the way they're planning their estate, why they're planning their estate the way that they are, writing things on paper, and Aunt Kiki in the middle of this, dramatic, goes, Lord, why are you trying to call her home? And it wasn't funny, but it's just like, Aunt Kiki, like, there's moments, baby. Read the room. And Aunt Kiki just does not read the room. Man, Aunt Kiki's just a mess. So long story short, the nurse, as things get tense with Molly figuring out that her mother had a stroke before, nurse jets because she revealed that by accident. She thought the family knew. As they search the streets, Nathan and Issa cut back to them searching the streets of LA for Flavor Flav. He explains to Tom that he lost his dog and why he knows so much about dogs and how his father was like, at the end of the day, listen, because some kids previously who were messing with Nathan and his brother set their dog loose, so he had to find him. And Nathan's pops was like, listen, you better find him and find what happened, because I don't want anybody messing with you, because if you let somebody mess with you, what I'm gonna do is worse. You know how parents do. A lot of us grew up with those parents. You better get whoever was messing with you, because if you don't get them, I'm gonna get you, jacked up in a lot of ways. Very mentally disturbing and triggering. What else happens? Oh, get back to the hospital. Molly's talking to the doctor. She's in the room alone with her mother, and the doctor lets it be known. Her scans came back. The stroke was very aggressive, and there's some considerable damage and possibly some paralysis. And Molly has to once again be the strong one for the family and break the news to them. And the family comes back in the room, and then she tells them. As they make their way back to Molly's apartment building, who rolls up but little teeny Flavor Flav? And Issa's like, "Oh snap, you did come back. You are smart." And then Nathan's like, "Yeah, he's smarter than you gave him credit for." And Issa just lets it be known, "Thank you for making this day so easy. This is why I love you." And I don't think she knew what she said until she said it. And they have a nice moment, like, okay, cool, I'm comfortable with saying that. Like, we've had some developments with them today, like, yo, are we comfortable with how at this pace we taking it? Then it's officially decided, like, yo, I'm your boyfriend, and then I'm telling you I love you. Yo, we moving on to some things like Flavor Flav and Molly's mom, then really brought us here with ours. um Issa gets, and this is how it always is with Nathan. Everything, aside from him going missing when he was having his mental break, everything is more so easy with him. And this is why I'm always Team Nathan. I will always say that, because everything is easy with him. Everything is too damn complicated with Lawrence, man. It don't have to be that way. Like, the easiness of it is what it really should be. All that complicated mess, you can keep that. That's no. Love, it don't have to be that. I promise you. Save that complicated stuff, man. Like, for real. Later for that. Sometimes we gotta fight, and sometimes we have issues with people that we love. But all that complicated nonsense, you be out with that. Um, Issa's back at the hospital with Molly in the room with Molly's mother, and Molly thanks her for taking care of Flavor Flav, and Molly's just like, I can't believe this happened. She's starting to do the thing where she blames herself. What could I have done? Should I have answered her phone calls more? I was getting with some dude while she was having a stroke. Should I have been, more aware of her medicine, her doctor's visits? What could I have done? And Issa let to be known, listen, there's nothing we could do to change the outcome of things. Life is life. And Molly's like, you, Tiff, Kelly are all I really got. I should have been giving my mom grandkids. I couldn't even do that. She's doing the self-blame thing, and, she just wonders if she could have been a better daughter, or what she could have done to potentially prevent this. And Issa's like, all of this is out of our hands. And Molly's like, will she ever see me get married? So she just has doubts, questions. And then we cut to well, not cut to Molly. Issa goes, can I get her some coffee, because I know you're probably tired? And she's like, yeah, that'd be great. Well, on the way to get coffee, who does Issa see in the hospital but Lawrence, condolences, and baby Eli? And she stares, and it's just like, and you could tell it stirred up emotions. You could tell she was, probably a little bit triggered. And Lawrence sees Issa, of course, staring, and then you could tell he was like, damn, and not like a damn like wow, this is just like so jacked up. Like, his face was like, man, this could not be worse. Like, this, I'm really here with a chick that I did not intend to get pregnant, who I don't love. I love you. You potentially still love me. You with somebody else. Like, I really couldn't have messed this up any further or any better than I did. And Issa goes behind the wall, and you could tell, like, wow, like, damn, like, after professing her love for Nathan, this is the outcome. This is the situation now. Like, she sees Lawrence and Condola at the hospital with the baby. As dysfunctional a family it is, it's a family, and it's not hers with Lawrence. And that was the episode. What do you guys think of this episode? What do you guys think of the season so far, with it being the final season? And if you've been an Insecure watcher from the very first episode, season 1, all through, what do you think about this final season so far? What do you expect for the next episode and the rest of the season? Do you think Lawrence and Issa will get back together? Are you Team Nathan or are you Team Lawrence? Y'all already know with me, I am Team Nathan all the way. I say it every single time. Nathan helped Issa embrace the best part of herself, and that's just where I leave that. And everything is just a lot easier with him, and that's the way it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be a breath of fresh air. It's supposed to be relieving. It's not supposed to be stressed and triggering all the time. Don't forget to like, rate, comment, subscribe. Thank you to this little tiny YouTube entourage that watches these videos and corresponds, and we go back and forth and we talk about the shows that we love. And I will see y'all next week with another review. Later.